Hello everyone, and welcome to this mathematical presentation. Today we are going to answer a question that often confuses the students when they first encounter complex numbers. Is the number minus 5i negative? This may seem like a simple question, but it touches on a fundamental concept in mathematics: the difference between real numbers and complex numbers. Many students see the negative sign and automatically think the number is negative. But as we will discover, the answer is not that simple. Let's explore this together. This is the common question that comes up when students first learn about complex numbers. The negative sign in front of 5i naturally makes people think the number should be negative. But is that correct? Let's think about what it means for numbers to be negative. This question is important because understanding it helps us grasp the fundamental difference between the real number and complex number. It's a key concept in complex analysis. Okay. A real number, we have ordering. A real number is a negative if a is less than 0. For example, minus 5 is negative because minus 5 is less than 0. 0 is neither positive nor negative. 5 is positive because 5 is more than 0. Real numbers have a total order. In here we can see the real number line. The right side is positive number and the left side is negative number. Negative number are to the left of the 0. But where does minus 5 lie on this line? For the complex number, we have the complex plane. The complex number that equals to a plus bi, where a and b are real and I equals to a square root of minus 1. Z has some two components, a real part, and b is imaginary part of z. I of z is imaginary part. All number is minus 5i, so minus 5i equals to 0 plus minus 5 multiplied I. In the complex plane, we can see the minus 5i in the downside of the plane. You can see the red line and then the minus 5i. Is minus 5i negative? The answer, short answer, no. Minus 5i is not negative. Why? Negativity is a property of real numbers. Minus 5i is a complex number with a real part equals to 0 and imaginary part equals to minus 5. It is not a real number, so it cannot be negative in the real sense. Complex numbers do not have a natural order. Why complex numbers have no order? The problem for a real number, we can compare minus 5 is less than 0 and 0 is less than 5. For complex numbers, there is no natural less than relation. There is a complex number of points in a plane, not on a line. You cannot say one point is less than another point in the plane. The complex plane is two-dimensional. So the negative, what does the negative sign mean? The negative sign in complex number for real number minus 5 means the number 5 with a negative sign. It is less than 0. It lies to the left of 0 on the line in the number line. For complex number, minus 5i means the number 5i multiplied by minus 1. It is the negative of 5i. In the complex plane, it lies on the negative imaginary axis. The negative sign indicates opposite direction, not less than or. Comparison minus 5 and the minus 5i. Minus 5 is a real number. Minus 5 is less than 0, lies on the real number line. But minus 5i is complex number, with the real part 0 and imaginary part minus 5, lies on the imaginary axis. The key difference is that the minus 5 is negative, but minus 5i is not negative. Here we can see the visualization of minus 5 and minus 5i. Minus 5i you can see in the left part of the plane. And minus 5i you can see in downside. It's not negative. Different axes, different meanings. Negativity is for real number. Negative only and only if real and less than 0. But minus 5i is complex. Minus 5i is not real. Minus 5i is complex. No ordinary complex number. Complex numbers have no natural less than relation. So the negative signs mean direction. Minus 5i is 5i reflected across the origin. There are some common misconceptions. What a student often think. First, we investigate misconception 1. Since there is a negative sign minus 5i, must be negative. False. This is false because the negative sign is in the imaginary part. The second misconception. His minus 5i is less than 0. But it is false. You cannot compare complex number with 0. And the third misconception, minus 5i is the same as minus 5. It is false also. One is real, the other is imaginary part. The summary of presentation, the question was, is the minus 5 is negative? The answer, no, minus 5 is not negative. There are some reasons. Minus 5 is a complex number, not real. Negativity is only defined for real numbers. And second reason is complex numbers have no natural order. And last reason is negative sign indicate direction on imaginary axis. And finally, minus 5 line is not negative. It lies on the negative imaginary axis. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.